Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to talk about Born Again. About the Daredevil Born Again, Episode 9, the season finale of Daredevil Born Again, Season 1. And I have mixed feelings, mostly positive though. Like 80% positive. Like if I had to give the final episode a grade, I'd give it an 8.5. Like I had a great time with it. I thought it accomplished a lot. In fact, you know what? Let me just completely start off and talk about the positives. First of all, we got an epic fight sequence with Daredevil and the Punisher, reminiscent of some of their fight sequences of old. It was very stylish. It was very cool. It was brutal. It was awesome to see those two work in tandem. It was awesome to see Jon Bernthal come back, and Jon Bernthal did an amazing job as Frank Castle, as he always does. It was cool to see him back, ready, and like locked and loaded and ready to go. It was cool to see him in multiple action sequences, including one that would happen later in the show. And they set up his special, because some people don't know this, some people don't. There is the Punisher special presentation in the works. Now, I don't know if it's finished yet, but it should be coming out, I believe, later this year. Probably later this year. It's only like a little short, like the Werewolf by Night and the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It's going to be just like that, except Punisher. And Jon Bernthal is co-writing it, and he's co-writing it. I don't think he's directing it, but he's co-writing it, and he's going to be pretty hands-on on this project. But Marvel seems to be a little bit more, which is one of the reasons, little side note, I'm glad they're not getting rid of the Marvel special presentations, because it seems like they're a lot more willing to be flexible with those and let things go. Like the fact that they had one of their most well-known composers, Michael Giacchino, direct an entire Marvel project. They wouldn't have done that with a show or a movie, and so same thing here. The Punisher gets a special presentation, and Jon Bernthal gets to write, which is something that he was talking about in interviews that he hasn't done too much of, but he wants to get into it. So it's cool that Marvel can say that Jon Bernthal would have written one of his first projects for them. So I think that's cool, and they set that up very well in a I don't want to say a post-credit scene, more like a mid-credit scene. So Punisher, great. Action sequence, great. Kingpin made his big fucking move for the city, and it is awesome, honestly. Seeing Kingpin, who had been setting up these dominoes, the reveal of what Red Hook actually is, seeing Kingpin systematically take over the city by using people's fear and by, just gaming the system and just fucking everybody over, man, and seeing him squish Gallows' head like a fucking grape it was brutal. It was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen, Netflix or not, and just Marvel in general. It's probably one of the most brutal comic book scenes of all time, dude. It was brutal. It was nasty. It was like, damn. So that was awesome. Karen Page coming back, immediately injecting the energy that you expected her to inject the moment she got back. That was great. The episode was directed great. The thematics of it were great. I had a great time with this episode. But I gotta tell you, people, one thing that was bothering me, and it's something that hasn't bothered me in quite some time. Now, most people have kind of reconciled with the fact that sometimes it's just going to not make any sense why other Avengers and other superhero characters don't get involved in other characters' solo ventures. The most well-known one, if you can take your mind back to Phase 2, is where was Captain America when the President of the United States got kidnapped? And where was Iron Man when Captain America got flagged a traitor of the country in Winter Soldier? And where was Captain America in Iron Man 3? That was one of the most head-scratching ones, because it's such a big thing, and it's happening in America, and both of these things happen over the course of days, that it is kind of unrealistic that Tony Stark wouldn't at least be like, yo, Cap, what the fuck's going on over there? And Cap wouldn't be like, hey, yo, Tony, what the fuck is the president was kidnapped? That does seem like an all hands on deck situation, but I digress. We kind of rolled with it at the time. Like, you know, we rolled with it. And over time, Marvel kind of went out of their way to make it make sense why characters didn't get involved, like putting Hulk and Thor in the same movie and Ragnarok in space to make sure that you understand why they're not involved in whatever's going on, you know, to make sure you understand why they're not involved in Civil War. Like, they've kind of gone out of, why was Ant-Man not involved in, like, Infinity War? Because he was in this, you know, like, they've kind of gone out of their way to make sure that you understand that certain things are happening at the same time. So you don't ask that question, where is such and such? Where is such and such? Why aren't the Avengers showing up? Because the Avengers are disbanded. So they do go out of their way to do certain things of that nature. But this episode really just, like, confirmed something, at least kind of played something up to me that I'm starting to believe, which is, I still don't know how canon Daredevil Born Again is, because the way they play it, like, outside of the swordsman and Kamala Khan's dad, there is no connection to the wider MCU. Like, sure, you got like a Rogers the Musical song. Like, there's like tiny little thing, but there's no real connection. I've said it before in my last video. Fisk doesn't, like, no one mentions any, like, this, they're in the heart of New York City. Fisk becomes the mayor of New York City. Never once does he mention the multiple alien invasions, the 5 years where everyone was disappeared. He doesn't mention how Hawkeye and Kate Bishop tried to kill him, or how Hawkeye fucked him over. Like it's like weird. They don't mention anything of the wider MCU. And it became kind of abundantly clear to me that I'm like, yo, and also, while watching it, and I made a comment on my post, was like, wait a minute, somewhere in New York City is Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, and their powers just went out. Are you positive Spider-Man would just be chilling, like, while this shit's going out? We know his movie takes place in the MCU. We know he's gonna be in one of the next Avengers movies, and he is in New York. Also, Doctor Strange is in New York, right down the road. Like, you think he wouldn't notice his power being taken out? You think he wouldn't notice riots in the streets right outside his fucking front door? Somewhere down the road, now granted it might not be there anymore, but I'm pretty sure Starks and Pepper's got a building out there somewhere. Like, it's just becoming unbelievable that Captain America, like, wouldn't be like, yo, New York is being blacked out. There's a fucking crazy dude as the mayor. It just starts, like, because in the past, Daredevil was doing such small things. And relatively small things. But with him being the mayor, him trying to start, like, him, like, literally blacking out the entirety of New York City. New York City being such a big and public, like, it's not like fucking some small town in, like, Delaware or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to believe that other characters wouldn't have gotten involved. Especially the moment Fisk got elected, it's hard to believe that Bucky Barnes, who's running for the Senate, by the way, in the story, like, in, like, canon, Bucky is running to be elected in, like, the Senate or some shit. Like, Bucky Barnes wouldn't be like, yo, what the fuck's going on in New York City? But, like, and it kind of takes me out of the show a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of took me out the more it ramped up. Because in the past, if this was Netflix Daredevil that wasn't connected, I would have thought this was great. I'd have been like, this is a great escalation, this is great, this is great. But I can't stop that nagging thought in the back of my head. I'm like, yo, if this isn't in the MCU, then this is fantastic. If it is in the MCU, then it's kind of stupid. Because there's just no way no characters will get involved in this. And, like, Daredevil would be the one fighting for the heart of New York, when literally the Sorcerer Supreme lives right down the goddamn road. Granted, this is a little below him, but still, like, I mean, shit, dude, it's right there. There's so many heroes who are in New York City, but I digress. That entire episode and where it was going down kind of just jumped into my brain. I'm like, yo, like, is this connected? Like, you know what? I'll save my judgment for season 2. Because maybe they will connect it more. Maybe they will have Maya show up in this. Maybe they will have finally mentioned Hawkeye. Like I said too, they don't even mention the fact that fucking Swordsman's fiance worked for Fist for a little bit. They don't even mention the Tracksuit Mafia. Like, there's just like, it's like, what is happening? Is this connected to the MCU? Is this not connected to the MCU? Because I gotta tell you, people, watching this show, I'm like, yo, is this connected? And it's funny because the more like they started going in this new direction when they brought on the new crew, the more they started making more like the original Daredevil show. I kind of said that too in last week's episode. Episode 8 was the closest thing to it. Episode 2 is, 8, 9 is really like the Netflix Daredevil show. You know, there's certain things that don't line up because, you know, changing, but so we can expect season 2 to be more in line with this. But if this is what we're gonna get, then it's like, yo, this ain't even like, I don't know if we really count this as part of the MCU. And I know a lot of people wanted Moon Knight to get involved, but I'm like, yo, I don't know, like, because it's so separated, it's so distant. Like, I'm halfway expecting, like, the Avengers to fight in New York City and them not even mention that Fisk is the mayor. Like, if the next Spider-Man fucking, what is it, New Day, Brand New Day? If Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out and there's not a billboard for Fisk in the background, or anything like that, I'm gonna officially say, oh yeah, okay, this isn't a part of the MCU. Like, this is just the vibe I got watching episode 9. I'm like, it's so disconnected from everything, dude. Every single Disney Plus show, even some of the ones that don't seem that connected, like fucking Moon Knight, every single one of them, but are connected. Even Moon Knight mentioned Bask, the Panther god from Black Panther. They don't mention anything in this show. like I say, this show is completely isolated. It's like, yo, it's like the rest of the MCU doesn't exist. But anyways, I still enjoyed the episode. I would give it an 8.9. I enjoyed the season overall. It's great to have Daredevil back. It's great to have Matt Murdock back. It's great to have Charlie Cox playing him and Vincent D'Onofrio back. I can't wait to see more of them. It's just a damn shame that it feels like they're not actually in the MCU. But that's just my opinion. And with you guys on the Conquer Move Show, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.